Hey, what's going on? Let me get this chat set up real quick. I want to see if we can get like 20 people up in here. That's my goal. 20 people at one time. Dang, 7 people already. How are y'all doing? Where are y'all from? Trying to get this loaded on my laptop so I can see these questions and or comments a lot easier. If I can find it. 13 people already. That's really cool. So what are y'all up to today? Trying to find mine. I guess I'm going to wait a couple more minutes to see if we can get, well, I'll probably wait about another minute. I just kind of want to talk about the direction I want to go with the channel a little bit. Just a few little updates on me. And I'm trying to find where I can find my own live stream so I can actually answer the comments better. 15 people already. I think that's about as many people at the max that we had last time. 16. Somebody send me a message. Break the ice a little. Maybe I'm not getting it. Maybe I'm not getting them. Okay, I found it on here, so now I can actually. Oh, wow, I got a bunch of people on here. Okay, I found it. I wasn't getting yours on here. Sorry about that for the awkward 2 minutes of trying to find my live stream. What's going on, Isaiah? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's hot as heck outside here in Texas. All week it's going to be like 102 to like 107 here. Hey, Anna. I think even y'all up in Canada, y'all been sweating a little bit this year. What's up, Anime? What's up, Hayden? What's up, Chris? Hi, Caroline, Kimmy. Had a feeling y'all would be here. You're gonna watch my live stream on your break. That's pretty cool. What's up, Nicole? I'm doing pretty good, Carolina. What's going on, Tony? There's Gary from Houston. And also I'm going to say that I've got this on Super Chat now. And I know maybe some of y'all like watch some other YouTube live streams, but Super Chat, basically, I'm not going to speak a lot on it because I feel weird doing it. But if I'm going to have it on here, I might as well tell you what it is the best way I can because I'm still figuring out this live stream thing. But apparently it's like if you want your comment highlighted at the top, it'll do some crazy flashy colors or whatever. And you basically, to do that, you can donate anywhere as low as $1 to do that. Okay, so that's just something that I have enabled because I might as well do it. And that just is to support the channel. So it's there. That's all I'm going to say about it. Let's see, what else? What's up, Adam? How you doing? Yeah, Toronto, y'all had a pretty big heat wave probably a couple weeks ago, I heard. Hottest it's been up there in a long time. Okay, Frost. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Have you been doing any exercise or anything like that lately? Make sure you're staying hydrated too. Drink a lot of water. Any small amount of dehydration is going to really make the dizziness happen. I'm not going to say it's not safe to have an energy drink. I have one energy. I don't know what you're talking about. One a day, one for a month. Energy drinks aren't healthy. As far as it being safe, I don't think drinking an energy drink is going to do anything crazy. But if you have hypochondria by type of anxiety, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, if it's going to speed your heart rate up, which it definitely will, that could, trigger your stress response. What's up, Ryan from Seattle? See, we got 9. I didn't see if we hit 20 yet. That was my goal to keep one here at once today. I think last time we got 15, so I just wanted to take a step further. Yeah, any drinks, caffeine and alcohol, nicotine, yeah, all of that, it's going to raise your heart rate up. Not so much alcohol, it's a depressant. It doesn't necessarily make your heart rate speed up. At least it doesn't or hasn't for me. But it's horrible the next day, so be aware of that. Yeah, that's right, Gary. It ain't worth it if you're dealing with really, really bad anxiety. One a week, I'm not gonna say that that's horrible, but like I said, if it messes with your anxiety and it makes you stressed out, then you're just gonna, just I guess take that risk if you want to. I'm not gonna say that's gonna be like detrimental to your mental health, but if it makes you have a panic attack once a week because you drink it once a week, then I mean, I guess you'll have to put 2 and 2 together there. Hayden Clark, I haven't been anxious really for the past couple of days, but my chest is so sore and I get a weird flutter for a while. Yeah, funny about that, Hayden. After my first panic attack, my chest was sore probably nonstop, like somebody just punched me in the chest for about 2 weeks. So I've been there with that. That was just muscle tension from an intense panic attack. As far as the other symptoms, yeah, the tough thing about it is that these symptoms can linger, after the fact that you're actually anxious. Excuse me. That's, in my opinion, it's because your subconscious, and it's not just my opinion, it's many, experts' opinion that your subconscious is still, working anxiously. So it takes a long time. That's why I say it takes, it took me a year. I mean, it's not going to take everybody that, but it takes a long time to put these little imprints and little subliminal message to your subconscious. So there can be times where you're feeling great and not feeling anxious at all, and then you get chest pain. And that's the scariest stuff right there, because that's when you start really thinking that's it. This is really it. So I think we peaked at 21 people so far. I appreciate y'all coming, guys. Anna, as far as the brain fog, I don't know. I can't tell you an exact answer on that. Everybody's different. I mean, I would hate to tell you something and then it lasts longer. It all depends on, a lot of this depends on how much work you put into it, how many of the tips you actually do, how dedicated you are. If you're just eating right, but you're not working out and you're not meditating or doing journaling or making any other measures, and it can take longer. If you're doing things and not doing another 4, it could take a long time. If you're doing all of them, then it shouldn't be crazy. As long as you're keeping your relapses or your panic attacks, all that stuff to a low level. As far as depersonalization, I'm going to throw that in there too. As far as depersonalization, I'm going to recommend I'm going to recommend a channel to you guys. I actually need to add recommended channels, and I hope to have them on the channel to do kind of a collab. Depersonalization Dude. Check him out on YouTube. That's a shout out to him. I've been talking to him. He's got some really good stuff on depersonalization. He's experienced with that. That's something that he dealt with a lot. I didn't deal with that a lot for extreme panic attacks. So I had some major episodes with that, maybe 4 or 5 times. Something at halftime, I understood that it was happening because of my panic attack, and it was really weird when it was happening. I put that on a daily basis. But yeah, brain fog, just keep working at it. Every day. I mean, you got to grind at it every single day. There's no right or wrong answer. And that's the tough thing about this. It's hard for me to give exact answers. I got people all the time coming to me, how long? How long? I don't exactly know how long. I know what works, but as far as the time period, everybody's going to be different. If I already had energy, I mean, no, it shouldn't. As long whenever the caffeine and stuff gets out of your system, sugar and all that. Yeah, I know it sucks. I mean, I trust me, I've been there with that. Adam, as far as migraines when you work out, is this something that you've been dealing with? If you can, is this something that you deal with before you had anxiety, or is this just strictly anxiety? But I will say, make sure that you start your day off right. If you're planning on working out, I would eat something really, really healthy. I'd have like a banana. Orange would be great because it has like delayed hydration. I would make sure that you drink a ton of water that day. Many really underestimate, how much water they actually need. And like I've said in my videos, 80% of us are chronically dehydrated. That's a serious issue, especially for headache and head tension. Doing this for 2. Well, that's good, Jay Frost. It's good that you're having more better days than bad. That's always the start. That's always where you want to be at first. That's whenever it's kind of a snowball effect. You're gaining more momentum. You're starting to realize I can get a handle on this, and that's a good thing. Let's see here. You're welcome. Yeah, Leaf Father, I've heard. I don't know if I'm saying like or Leaf. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, he says depersonalization is weird, but it's fun. I can't explain it. I think that's more so with people who have it all the time. If you're not having that often, it's more scary than anything. But I could understand if you were having it all the time. It's just kind of like this trippy experience that your mind goes through. And I've heard many people say that it's kind of enjoyable now. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't that way for me. It was kind of just, it was weird. It wasn't horribly terrifying. It was just kind of this weird in between, trippy kind of feeling just really detached from reality for me. That's cool, Father. Full vegan vegetarian diet with only water and beet juice. Man, I'm nervous to go vegan, guys. Hell, I'm nervous to go vegetarian. But I'm getting there. I'm about to quit red meat. And then I'm just going to have chicken and fish left. And I guess eggs, yeah. But I'm nervous about that. But I'm excited at the same time. I'm going to do it for y'all so y'all can get some motivation. Maybe I'll share some recipes and stuff that I come up with on here. So that'll be cool. What's going on, Emma? Glad you can make it. But anyways, I guess the discussion part that I kind of wanted to go over real quick. Well, I don't have a million questions, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's why we're here. I kind of want to go in another direction with not another direction, but I'm changing things up. Obviously, if you saw the video I did yesterday, that's not something that I usually post. That was really heartfelt. It came from my heart. I got emotional. And again, if I made anybody triggered or feel uncomfortable by that, I apologize because I'm not mean to you. I'm not apologizing for my feelings, but I apologize if it came across in a weird way. But that's the real me, and y'all are going to get more of that because I think that's important. I think there's been that missing element on my channel where I haven't been able to really connect with you guys sometimes. it's hard to explain. Like I do 90% of my videos are on anxiety, but it's not the same as other experiences that I've had early in my life that I'm still get emotional about. I don't really get emotional about anxiety, even though it was some of the worst times of my life. I think it's like I'm so happy to not have it anymore that I don't think about it in terms of myself. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like I don't get emotional about it anymore. I think I hated it so much that it's just like, it's behind me. I don't think about it. But other things that have happened in my life, I still get emotional about when I think about. But I want to share more things with y'all about my personal life. I don't mind doing it. This channel has really been like a diary and a journal for me, like a video storage, you know. It'll be awesome for my kids when they get older. They can go through here and see everything, and I'm excited about that. You know, even if this channel doesn't grow huge, you know, that's stuff for my children to look back on and see what I did. But I really want, you know, I don't know, I want to be more personable with you guys. I want to share things, all the hard things that I've been through in my life and how I made it into a better situation. I want to give more life advice, general life advice. I know I post, like I said, 90% anxiety videos, but that's probably going to lower to around 70% or 65 or 70%. It's still going to be the majority of my channel. That's what I'm most knowledgeable about. But there's just so many areas I want to go and explore. Like I told you about physical fitness. I want to get there. Obviously, I'm not making a lot of videos on that because I'm not like this Greek god yet or anything like that. But it's definitely an interest of mine. And that's really a goal of mine, is to one day be in really, really good shape and help others get in really, really good shape. And it starts with the diet, the health challenges that I do on my channel now. I've got like 5 of them. I'm dedicated to those. I'm doing those for y'all. Because I know in the long run, it's going to help some of y'all out. And a lot of these health challenges that I'm doing, if you aren't watching them, you should be watching them, because most of them help you with your anxiety. I don't think y'all realize that. They're like, oh, no sweets. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to click on that. I'm here for anxiety. Well, if you're for anxiety, you should be clicking on the no sweets challenge and then maybe taking a thing, because cutting out a lot of your sugar, cutting out you know, the excess or cutting it out completely, that's going to help you. Started to take cold showers. I did a video on cold showers. That's proven to help you with stress and anxiety and depression. It's helped me. So I'm still doing that challenge, by the way. It's really easy to do that in the summertime. In the winter, that's when it gets tough. So that's what I want to do. You know, I just kind of want to branch out a little bit. I don't want to be so one-dimensional. And I know not everybody's going to agree with that. I'm willing to take that risk. I have to sooner or later, if I don't do some of the other things that I want to do. And these things are more like storytelling and story times. Yeah, and I'll try to be creative and mix it up a little bit. I want to get different stuff. I want to get I want to get a selfie stick and stuff like that, so I can go do various vlogs and discussions while I'm taking a walk, or even doing things like riding a bike and doing stuff like that. I would love to just mix it all up. This is I guess, a self-improvement type channel. So I want to improve everybody's life in so many areas. And you'd be surprised if you improve your life in a certain area, this area over here might miraculously start getting better, like your anxiety. Sometimes the root of your anxiety is all over the place. So I also realized that my horrible anxiety didn't just start with alcohol. I think it has to do with a lot of things that happened to me whenever I was a child. There was a lot of things that I dealt with that was very traumatic. You know, I think I had borderline mental issues whenever I was a child, and I think that happened for various reasons, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But there's a lot of interesting videos coming up, and I guess I just haven't felt comfortable enough to just open up about that to you guys, but I really, really, really want to do that. That's going to help me. Like the video today, it looked like I was upset, but it was kind of like tears of, you know, just me getting it off my chest. I wanted to Twitter, Snap, Facebook group, uploading. I do a lot of this stuff for you guys, so I want y'all to realize I put a lot of time into this. As far as me doing this as a living, I don't want you guys to get freaked out about like me selling out or anything like. It's not really that. I would love to be able to make a living doing what I love to do, helping other people. But to be honest, I'm spending so much time doing this, and I'm actually taking time away from my family. I'm taking time away from my job. So I just want y'all to realize that that's what I'm doing. As far as money, if any of y'all think that I'm making a lot of money off my channel, and I'm only stating this because it's been brought, I make under $150 a month on my YouTube channel, and I've been doing this for 4 years. So if I was doing this for the money, yeah, I probably would have given this up a long time ago. So for y'all to keep in mind. Yeah, Hayden, exactly. That's how I feel. Like, I don't get emotional about the anxiety. I'm just so joyous and grateful that I don't have it anymore. I think any that MPE Kim, I know you from my YouTube and my Facebook. Don't know how to pronounce the name. I don't know why, but I just don't. But what's up, dude? I'm glad you made it. If you're still here, I only got 11 people here right now. But we peaked at 21. That's really big. I technically beat my goal. I appreciate that, Gary Lennon. Yeah, back in the day, I mean, that's basically all the type of videos I did was withdraw and draw. Anymore. I got demonetized, and that's not the only reason, but the next step after demonetization is channel strikes. There were a lot of drug and alcohol channels that were getting community guideline strikes, and their channels like literally almost got wiped out. So that scares the crap out of me. I don't want that to happen. I mean, it would suck for, almost 100 of my or I think I'm getting close to like 600 videos just to be wiped out. This whole machine of me helping people and reaching people on so many different topics wiped out because I decided to make a video on a withdrawal symptom, which I still like. I would love to still do that with Muscle. Check out King Muscle's channel, by the way. He's just getting started on YouTube, so he's getting internet went out or something. Y'all still there? It wasn't connected for a second, so I just wanted to make sure. What's up, D-Ty? Thanks. I appreciate that. You're so welcome, Princess in Mittens. Somebody send me a message real quick to make sure I'm still on here. Okay, I got you, Mike. I'll remember that this time. Keeps freezing. I'm sorry about that. I guess the connection is not doing so good today. I will have to get that figured out. Try to get to a few more of these before I get off here, guys. I really apologize about that. I'm still trying to get the hang of this live stream thing. Obviously, I need to look into it even more because when I started this live stream, I couldn't even find where I go on my laptop to actually look at I figured it out last time. I don't know how, but it took me a while to even figure that out. So there's like 2 minutes of like awkwardness at the beginning. Let's see. I appreciate that, Adam. I'm glad you agree and appreciate it. I'm glad to help you out. It's perfect now. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I'm sorry about that, guys. I really am. I didn't want it to end on like some awkward like freeze up. But basically, you guys on my channel, I just feel like I've been next some, and that's not fair to y'all. And yeah, maybe me holding back, and me holding back might be good for some people because not everybody's gonna like my personality or like all the storytelling that I do. But I just feel like I got to be me. And I'm not saying that I've been fake. It's just there are so many things that I feel like I could talk about that are going to benefit me by getting this, and it's going to benefit another audience as well. So that's just something I want to do. I appreciate that, Anna. Thank you so much, Julie. Glad you joined in. I appreciate that, Mike. I'm not the best live streamer, obviously. I'm all over the place with this thing, but like I said, I'll get better at it. I promised last time I would be better this time, and then I couldn't even find the chat reel so I could check out everything. But I mean, there's just a lot of things I want to shout. I'm so excited. I need the technology to catch up to my dreams of the channel. I mean, I updated my camera to an iPhone 10X, and that obviously helps. Some of you guys noticed it, and I appreciate you noticing. And I got a backdrop. I just got a, what do you call it? I went brain dead. Portable like camera holder or whatever for my iPhone. So it stands up pretty tall. So I got that, and then I got a lighting, a box light. But I just feel like there's just so many things I want to do, and I can't get out of myself. So I just get out little by little. Thanks a lot, Mike. And I don't know if y'all notice, I do my videos in like one take. If I'm going to sit here and brag about myself about anything, I will say that I'm able to do that. I can and turn my camera on, and I can just talk. Obviously, I'll have my bullet points. If there's some things I want to make sure I don't forget, I'll have that. But I don't have like all these jump cuts. And I'm not trying to tell people that do that are bad. Obviously, those are actually the more professional YouTubers. But I actually sit and I will go, you know, I can go 10 minutes without even jump cutting or doing anything. So that's something that I do like. Probably later on in the future, I will probably have a few jump cuts if there's like a bunch of different things I want to cover. But obviously, whenever you're doing more high quality videos and you're going out and about, you have to edit. So I'm the new editor. I think somebody sent me a free version of Sony Vegas, so I'm gonna experiment with that, and then maybe the videos will just keep getting better and better. Another thing, getting an intro soon. I'm trying to figure out how much I want to spend on an intro for my channel, but I'm excited about that. So that'll make things a little bit better, a little bit more professional for y'all. Anna, I guess the best advice I can give, well, I give you all those tips at the end of the video, but it's really just don't give up, and to realize that it takes a long time for your conscious mind and your subconscious to get on the same level. Your subconscious is what needs to be rewired. It's a ton of effort, a ton of time, and unfortunately it didn't take a lot of time for it to be driven and for it to, you know, have anxiety anchored in it. So, but it does take a long time to heal, unfortunately. So you can't give up. You've got to, it's all about how you handle the bad days. You may have a good week or two, a bad day, and that's always a whole day whenever you relapse on a panic attack or any type of anxiety. But you have to realize that the next day you get back on the horse and you keep riding. So that's the best thing I can say overall. As far as all the details, tips that I get into they literally work. That's me. Ty, my football team. It used to be the Green Bay Packers when Brett Favre was on the team. That's what I grew up on, was Green Bay. But I've always been a player follower, and not so much of a team. So I followed him to the Jets, and then I followed Vikings. I'm the same way in basketball. I followed LeBron wherever he went. So of course it was, you know, the Cavs, Miami, then the Cavs again, LA. I'll probably LA. No, a lot of people aren't going to agree with that. You know, I'm not banding. I'm just following the player. But at the football team now, I did myself to the Dallas Cowboys. So, you know, I'm from here about an hour and a half, and I'm from Texas. So That's the team that I went with. They're not going to be any good this year, probably. Depth at all in receiver. They're going to probably put 8 in the box and stop Zeke almost every time. He's a beast, but I don't know. I don't see him doing amazing unless Dak steps up his game. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate that. That's what I thought. I've always been happy about that. You know, that I'm coming at you and I'm sitting down and I'm talking to you. She said, I feel like less editing makes you more real. I feel like it is more personable. I really do think that I can sit down and that, yeah, I stumble over some of my words, and everybody does that. The difference is I don't go sit on the computer, hours and cut all that out. It bothers me to an extent, but if I don't mess up horribly, yeah, I think that makes me stand out a little bit more. The funny thing in older videos, I changed nails to more thumbnails on old videos. They were doing really well. If I change the thumbnail on them, they'll be even more clickable. You know, people want to click it more. It was just some still image. You do like 3 options and you click one, whatever, whichever one looks the best. And half the time, my butt was always like it was all messed up in every single one of them. So I'm clicking that, and I guess somebody's like through meth wheels. Ooh, I'm gonna click on that guy because he's like all weirded out. So I think I got like a lot of clicks on those early videos on like withdrawal symptoms because it's like a raw, like that, and it was just my face was all weird stuff. So I just feel like they got a lot. And whenever I changed nails back to something more professional that I thought would help the video even more, I'm not gonna say it backfired on me, but definitely the views on all those 10 or 20%. I wasn't about to engage them all. It's whatever. Yeah, Gary, my first panic attack was a nightmare as well. 6 hours of hell, basically. Honestly, I just don't watch a lot of hockey. I don't. I think that's something I would have fun if I went to an actual hockey game. Adam, yes, he asked, do I ever drink anymore at all? It's kind of a weird thing. It's not something I just get on here and talk about a lot because I don't want a lot of people who are like having severe, because at the beginning of my channel, there's people like with severe alcoholism, and I never want to say that I have a beer here and there or something because I don't want people, oh, he used to be horrible without, and if he can still drink, then I can still drink. And a lot of people ask me that, and I feel uncomfortable when people ask me if I drink still because I feel like they're wanting an excuse to drink again, even if they have a horrible issue with it. So to answer that, yeah, mainly with my wife, if I eat or something like that, I'll still have some. But it's no, it's not like my life. It's nowhere near what it used to, obviously. If you were back, I mean, that's all the videos I did. I was like a full-blown alcoholic. I was medicating my anxiety, insecurities, everything. You can just go back and see the videos that I did. I explain all of that. Why? Well, I mean, it's a stress response that our body gives. That adrenaline gets going, and then the body has a lot of sensations. It's manifested physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. So, I've got some videos specifically over this. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but muscle tension, I believe, is the main reason for most of the pain that we get from anxiety, and that especially for a lot of soccer. I'll watch the World Cup some, but there's not enough scoring for me, and I guess that's just because I don't understand or respect the game, I guess. Scoring, basketball, there's always a high score. Football, they score more often, and I think that's why hockey and soccer is just so tough for me. You watch a whole game to see like a puck or a ball go into goal, like, you know, and soccer's like what, like 90 minutes? I'm not trying to sound stupid here, like I'm not an expert on soccer, but um, the penalty kicks and all that stuff at the end, that's cool. But as far as that, it's not to. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not saying that they're horrible sports. I'm just saying it's hard for me to get into. Baseball is something that I love to go to. That I'm just not a huge fan of sitting and watching a whole baseball game. But I love the playoffs and the World Series. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some games where it's been high scoring, but I guess I don't know. The high scoring, I guess, is like what, like 5-3 or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand those sports as well. Yeah, Julie, that might be the case. I think agoraphobia is really, really extreme. I think that you're literally like not wanting to leave the house. Iron Drac. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I actually haven't talked to you in a long time, dude. I used to see you on all my comments. I videos every once in a while, but not around that much. Let's see here. You say that, okay, medication that caused sore throat occurred alcoholism. Then they told me that it was stomach acid, and after a while, I came to that they were lying. Now I drink. I wouldn't drink out of spite. Like if I'm mad or upset, I will never touch a drink. There's no reason for me to do that. I never want to go back to what I was doing, so I never let myself get that mindset. But yeah, if you drink out of spite and stuff like that, it's not gonna make you happy. It'll make you happy that night, and tomorrow you're gonna need it again, and you're gonna need it again, and you get caught up in that cycle. So yeah, you thought I retired. Yeah, I thought I retired too. I quit YouTube for like I think like 4 months or 5 months thing. I've done that a few times. I'm not ever doing it again. I promise you, I'm not ever doing it again. There were a few times where I like left YouTube for like 3 to like 6 months. This channel probably would be a lot more ahead than what it is right now if I would have done that. If I wouldn't have done that, excuse me. You have severe health anxiety, rely way too much on wine, scary at times. Yeah, you got to be careful with that when you self-medicate. You're doing that because you're not fixing the root issue. You're covering it up. That's kind of like with medications. It's drugs. It's a coping mechanism. You're using it to try to cope with your really deep issues. You got to get in there and clean out that wound and, heal that way. Trey Jones, Life and Recovery. Yeah, I changed the name back to Trey, and I think that was a thing. Like, Life and Recovery was cool, but I felt like that meant people was just going to think about just alcohol and drugs and stuff, and that's not all that I do, obviously. I saw the second, like, just recovering your life from anything, from anxiety or depression or any of that, but I mean, the name was cool, but I just wanted to be my own personal brand, so that's why I changed it back to Trey. Plus, I think it's a little more personal when it's just my name. Hey, Julie, that's not a bad thing. If you're nervous to drink, that's when I had to really start cutting down. Was whenever I had health anxiety, because yeah, it terrified me. I always thought there was something wrong with me, and it was going to be a result of my drinking. I appreciate it, Mike. To say is, to let that just be in the past as best as you can. I'm trying natural approaches that I give because I really do think that they can help people that do get psychiatric help, that get counseling and therapy and stuff like that. I'm not saying that some people don't need it or medication, because sometimes they do, and I think people get that confused with me. I get a lot of offended people whenever I said don't necessarily agree with antidepressants, but I generally think most people can get better. Most people can get better without that, you know, and do it the natural way. For instance, guys, the first time I went to the doctor concerning my anxiety at all, I prescribed sertraline. The first time. I didn't even know I went to this doctor because it was my family doctor, but he had never seen me personally. And he prescribed me this the first time. I was not told to exercise. I was not told to eat right. I was not told to do any of that. Doctors are not super knowledgeable on it. There are a few good doctors. I'm not speaking on all of them. And I'm going to do a video, especially on how to approach it if you have health things to get the best out of them. So many of them are going to slide you a prescription thing, because in the end, I really think that to some degree, but they see people as a headache in all the time, complaining about it, because they're not a therapist. You're not a physical symptom. Nothing wrong with you. You're a nuisance in some way. And like I said, I'm not seeing most doctors, but I think most are like that. Sorry, it's just something I get a little heated about. It's just crazy. I'm very passionate about there needing to be a better evaluation of people before they're given antidepressants. If you're giving people antidepressants on their first visit, like every single day, doing all the things I had looked up, and then I was cured on my own. And it makes me mad to think that I could probably still be on antidepressants because it'd be too scary to get off of them. And that just really, I swear, man, I really, really feel for a lot of you guys that are stuck on these. And I'm not stuck to the word. These, and, you know, they feel trapped. Because they have horrible side effects. Not only that, but they have the withdrawals, which I've done a video over that. Go check that out. They have withdrawal symptoms. And just like any they're a drug. Cases, okay? So I gotta make sure I keep saying that, because there are some people that are like suicidal. There are people that have other mental issues in combination with that, or something to help them get them on their feet. The problem is a lot of times people start taking antidepressants to get them on their feet, but they have no intentions or know how to get them after that. Kind of long time on this, but I appreciate y'all coming, checking and asking some questions, talking with me. Always, I really enjoy it. That's crazy, Rosta. That's what I'm talking about. Like minutes, and she got prescribed some antidepressants on the first time. That is nuts. That's unbelievable. That's crazy, Julie. I'm telling you. AM triple X, same here in the UK, was given Prozac straight away, not helped at all. I'm telling you, it's far. I mean, this. What I've said in some of my other videos, y'all might have heard me. How many happy people do you know that are on antidepressants? I don't know a lot of happy people that are on antidepressants. What's up, Rockstream? You're so. I don't know, Anna. I mean, you're gonna have to make that decision on your. The natural approach first. Yeah, Donovan, I got that a lot whenever I would have sex, especially early on. I would have this trembling and shakiness feeling, and the tingling like that, and prickly, and the numbness and stuff. That's like blood flow, okay? Blood flow is getting restricted, and it's going to your core for most of the time. We stayed at least at around 10 people, and it got up to 21. So, hey, I'm happy about that second one. I need on here. But guys, if you're here, and I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in on my second live stream ever. If y'all have anything else, y'all can leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure whenever I get off here to like the video, I'd be very, very, and yeah, I'll probably another video tomorrow. I'll get back on my normal schedule. I'm going to do a live stream because I hadn't done it in so long. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you came in through any part of this late, just make sure you go to the beginning and check it all out.